Hi, my name is Ambra. How are you?
Nice to meet you, Amber. My name is Gerard, or Gerard Edwards Webb, and I'm the Senior Director of Show Support for the Touring Shows Division for Cirque du Soleil.
How did you start your career with Cirque du Soleil?
Well, I actually first met Cirque du Soleil in this very building in 1996. I was working as a member of the local rigging team, and I helped install the first show in the Royal Albert Hall, and then I repeated doing that on a yearly basis. And then eventually I actually worked for the venue, helping again to install all the shows, but specifically Cirque du Soleil. And then in 2005 I actually joined the company as a head rigger on a tour called Dragno at the time, and took that show around Europe, into Japan, into Australia, and then so it went on from there.
What was your experience in changing different kind of shows? How does Corteo is different from other shows?
For Cirque, Corteo was extremely different because it's our only traverse show on tour, and it's also the first traverse show that anybody has put in this building, which has been quite an interesting challenge in many different ways. Yeah, so it's a particularly special show for us.
Would you like to tell me your favorite moment about the show?
Lustre, for sure. I love the Lustrette. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
And anything more regarding the technique and different kind
of yeah, it's
training and experience?
Well, okay, so the show was first created in 2005, and it was in a big top. And the big top version of the show, it was basically impossible to bring it into this venue. It was far too heavy, and because of the shape of the show, it was curved in order to fit in the tent. If we'd brought it in this venue, then we'd have basically killed too many seats. Not enough people would have been able to see what was happening. In 2018, we actually rebuilt the show and turned it into an arena touring format, which is what the show now is. The show tours in approximately 23 trucks. But to bring it in here, we had to add a significant amount of additional equipment. I think we're at 46 trucks of installed equipment now in the venue overall. So yeah, it's been a very large technical challenge. It's also the heaviest show we've ever hung out of the roof. We're at around 67 tons hanging out of the roof. And the floor loading weight is also very significant for this show at the ends of the show, because that's where we have what we call the garages, which are backstage, so you won't see them in the audience, we hope. And they're also very, very heavy on the floor, so we've had to undertake a significant amount of underfloor reinforcement work as well with the Royal Albert Hall and their heritage engineers.
One example of your day-to-day work at the Cirque. So you wake up.
Well, I actually work out of Montreal, where of course the company is from. So typically I'll be involved in lots and lots of strategic meetings, planning meetings, because I run logistics, site operations, construction, show technical and infrastructures. So my role is quite large, and I look after all the touring shows. So a lot of it is strategy, input into tour planning, and so on and so forth. And then coming down to the more finite details, shall we say, this project every year is my pet project, if you like. My bosses allow me to come and do this every year, which I'm very thankful to them for, because it's where I obviously met the company, and my wife, for that matter. Yeah, I have a very vested interest in this venue and doing this project every year. So this project every year, it doesn't take up an enormous amount of my time, but it does take up a significant amount of time of my department, who do all the design, engineering, and figure out how to make the shows actually fit in the venue. So the basic concept is typically mine about how we want the production value to be and how we want to make sure it blends with the venue, and then the detailing is carried out by the team in Montreal Show Support in collaboration with the tour and of course the Royal Albert Hall. So it's a long process. It takes around about a year to figure out exactly all the details of how we're going to make the show work in here, and this year has been particularly challenging because, as I say, it's the first time anyone's put a traverse show in the hall straight up and down the room. We're literally cutting the venue in half, so no one has ever seen the Royal Albert Hall like this before in terms of from a production. So it's very unique. We're very proud of it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.